Good morning, students. So in the last class we discussed regarding your colloidal state. So out of the three types of solution, we will emphasize on the colloidal state, and I have told you to remember the particle size 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. That you have to keep in mind. So colloidal state is an intermediate state between true solution and suspension. It is an intermediate state between true solution where the particle size is the least and suspension where the particle size is the highest. Then I told you how to differentiate between them with respect to different properties like Tyndall effect, Brownian motion, etc. Then we discussed regarding phases of colloidal solution. So as colloidal solution is a heterogeneous one, it clearly consists of two phases. One, the so-called solutes, small particles. They are called dispersed phase. So as I told you in the last class, henceforth you have to use the term dispersed phase for the small particles which are dispersed in the solvent. So those small particles which you call solute in the case of solvent will be known as dispersed phase. So what are dispersed phase? The extremely small particles which are dispersed in the solvent make or form the dispersed phase. So those are the solutes which are extremely small in size, whose particle size matters or keeps them in the range of colloidal solution, constitutes the dispersed phase. Then what is the dispersion medium? So dispersion medium is the solvent in which those small particles are dispersed. So what is dispersion medium? Now the solvent in which the particles are dispersed, it forms the dispersion medium. So instead of using the term solute, you have to learn to use dispersed phase, and instead of using solvent, you will be using dispersion medium. A small example I will cite here. Suppose you know that dust is an example of colloidal solution. So colloid example is dust. So how dust is formed? Now dust has two parts, gaseous, which is the dispersion medium, and solid particles, small solid particles which are dispersed in the gas. It consists of the dust. So dust contains two things, a solid, the solid particles, solid impurities which are minimal in quantity, and it is dispersed in air or gas. It is dispersed in gas or air. Okay. So the solid, it constitutes the dispersed phase, which are small in quantity, small impurities, solids in dust, they make the dispersed phase, whereas the gas or the air, it constitutes the dispersion medium. So same is regarding smoke also. Smoke, dust, where the dispersion medium is gas and dispersed phase is solid. So they constitute smoke, dust, etc. So later on we will be discussing in details regarding the phases of the dispersion medium and dispersed phase. Okay. So this is all about your phases of colloid. It is a heterogeneous solution. It clearly constitutes two phases. You have to remember dispersed phase, dispersion medium. Then next we will go to classification of colloids. So colloids are classified based on four things. So next, an important portion, classification of colloids. Okay. So next we will discuss regarding classification of colloids. As I told you, it is an important portion. Maybe asked as a long question. So I will be telling you briefly. You have to follow it accordingly. Okay. So next, classification of colloids. Colloidal solution or salts. Any term you have to remember. So mainly the colloids or colloidal solutions are classified in four different ways. You have to remember in four different ways. First way, the classification is based upon the physical state of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So physically you can find three types of phases. So physical states are of three types: solid, liquid and gas. So whether the dispersed phase and dispersion medium, they are solids or liquids or gases, depending on that there are 8 types of colloidal solutions. So 8 types of colloids or colloidal solutions, like aerosol, foam, then your solid salt, emulsion, etc. So you have to remember, depending on the phases or physical states of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium, 8 type of colloidal solutions will be there, which we will be discussing next in details. You have to remember them one and all. So you have to remember them all. Okay. So you have to remember that there are 8 types of colloid based on which type of classification? Now the physical state of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium, whether they are solids, liquids or gases. So we will be discussing these things in details. Then next, based upon the interaction of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So here 2 points will arise. So there are 2 different components, 2 different phases: dispersed phase, dispersion medium. So when they like each other, they will attracted by each other, then form a stable solution. So when they do not like each other, they will repel each other, they will hate each other, then they will form an unstable solution. So as per the interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium, the colloidal solution can be of 2 types. Okay. So it comes from the word, 3 words. You have to remember their meanings. Lyo means solvent. Philic means loving. Then phobic means hating. So if you remember the meaning of these 3 words, lyo means solvent, philic means loving, phobic means hating. So as per the interaction of dispersed phase and dispersion medium, the colloidal solutions can be of 2 types, that is lyophilic colloids and lyophobic colloids. Okay. So I have already explained what is the meaning of these words. Lyophilic. Lyo means solvent, philic means loving. So it is a solvent loving colloid. That means the dispersed phase, they are attracted or they love the solvent. That means the dispersion medium. So they attract each other, they love each other. So they form a stable solution. So it means solvent loving colloid. So here the 2 phases, they love each other, they are attracted by each other. Okay. So they are known as lyophilic colloids. We will be discussing in details later on. Then lyophobic. Lyo means solvent, phobic means hating. That means here there is no interaction, no attraction between the 2 phases. That is dispersed phase and dispersion medium. They do not have any interaction. They do not have any liking for each other. So they are made a colloidal solution forcibly by special methods. They do not form a stable solution. So they will be called solvent hating colloids. Remember, we will be discussing these things in details. Just I am classifying for you, then we'll discuss them in details. So this is the next basis of classification based upon the interaction of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Then next, the dispersed phase, that means the small particles, they possess a charge. I have told you in the last class. So there is a constant zigzag motion of the colloidal particles in the colloidal solution. Why? Now due to the charge possessed by them. Because they possess a charge, they repel each other, they constantly bombard each other, bombard with each other, and they move. That motion or that movement is called Brownian motion or Brownian movement. Okay, so it means that the colloidal particles, they carry some charge. Okay, so based upon the charge of the particles, the colloidal solutions can be of two types. So next basis of classification is based upon the charge of the particle. So how many types of charges are possible? Positive and negative. Positively charged particles will be there, so it will be a positively charged colloid. Okay. So when negatively charged particles will be there, it will be negatively charged colloidal solution. So accordingly, it can be of two types. That is positive. Mostly the metal hydroxide are positive salts, and metal are the negative salts. So accordingly, they will be classified as positive salts or positive colloids. So there is no space. I am writing salts. You know, salt is equivalent to your colloids. Positive salts and negative salts. So based on next basis of classification, as you can see clearly from here, is the charge possessed by the particle. So when it carries a positive charge, that colloidal solution is known as positive colloidal solution or positive salt. As I told you, aluminum hydroxide, ferric hydroxide, they form a positive colloidal solution or positive salt. Then if the charge is negative, then they form a negative salt. This is the metal salts like your gold, silver, they form negative salt. We will be discussing in details. Okay. Then last basis of classification, molecular size based upon the molecular size. The colloids can be of three types. I have already told you in the last class. What are they? Multimolecular colloids, macromolecular colloids, and association colloids. Okay. So based on the molecular size, the colloidal solutions can be of three types. What are they? Multimolecular colloids, where small particles, they combine together to come into the range of colloidal solution, that is 1 to 1000 nanometer. Then macromolecular colloids, where bigger particles are broken down to come into the range of colloidal particle, that is 1 to 1000 nanometer. Then third one is a special case, that is called associated colloids or micelles. Associated colloids, or they are known as also micelles. M-I-C-E, micelles. Okay. So based upon the molecular sizes, the colloidal solutions can be of three types. Multimolecular colloids, where the colloidal particle size is smaller than the colloidal range. They combine together to come into the colloidal range. I have already given you the example in the last class. Next also I will be giving you the example. Then macromolecular. Macro means bigger. So when bigger molecules are broken down to the colloidal range, they form, or they are named as macromolecular colloids. Then when in case of some strong electrolytes, they carry two types of tails, which I will be explaining you. So when their concentration exceeds a definite value that I told, critical micelle concentration, and above a definite temperature known as Kraft temperature, they form a cluster of ions. Known as micelle, which is responsible for cleaning by soap or detergent. So the cleansing action of soap or detergent is clearly due to formation of a cluster of ions called micelles. Okay. So this is regarding classification of colors, which we'll be discussing in details, because as I told you, it is an important portion and may be asked as a long question. Okay. So next we'll discuss these things in details. So students, we will go to the first basis of classification, that is based upon the physical state of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So as I told you, the physical states can be of three types: solid, liquid and gas. So when the dispersed phase are in these states and dispersion medium are in these states, combinedly they form 8 types of colors. So as I told you, you have to remember them one by one. Okay. So I will also giving you the tricks how to remember them, because there is a definite pattern which I will be telling you later on. So first let us discuss the types of color based on the physical state of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So I have made 4 columns, as you can see clearly here. First one is for dispersed phase, second one is for dispersion medium, third one the type of color they form, fourth one some examples of it. Okay, so make a similar column like this and you have to remember them one by one. So first, if the dispersed phase is gas, dispersion medium is liquid. That means when small gaseous particles will be dispersed in liquid, what they will form? They will form foam. They will form foam. So the type of color formed here will be foam. Example, froth. Froth means a type of foam which is there on the water level. You can see, you have seen the froth, whipped cream. So when we rotate milk, the cream comes out. That is called whipped cream. Then soap lather. So when we apply soap or detergent, lather is formed. That is also an example of foam. So this is the first type of color where the dispersion medium, that means a little amount of gas is dispersed in a greater amount of liquid, then the type of color form is foam. These are the examples you have to remember. Then next, so when the dispersed phase is gas but the dispersion medium is solid, that means when a little amount of gas is dispersed in a greater amount of solid acting as the dispersion medium, then the type of color formed will be solid sol. Example, pumice stone. Have you seen pumice stone? So there is a type of stone which is used to rub your toes, your foot to clean it. That is called pumice stone. So you must have seen it. So here you must have marked there that there are small holes inside it. So why it is formed? Now when a little amount of gas is dispersed in solid, the type of color which it forms is solid sol. Example, pumice stone, foam rubbers, some soft rubbers which have holes in it. It is an example of solid sol. Okay, so this is the next type of color which is formed depending on the solid dispersion medium and gas dispersed phase. Then next, when the liquid, small amount of liquid is dispersed in a large amount of gas, what is formed? Aerosol. The type of color formed is called aerosol. Example, fog. You must have seen fog is mostly formed in winter days. Mist, the water droplets, they are suspended in air. That is called mist. Then cloud. You have seen the clouds. Insecticide sprays, when the fields are sprayed with insecticide spray, you must have seen it, how the sprays they appear. They are the example of aerosols. So which come out under high pressure, they are called aerosols. So the type of color form when the gas is the dispersion medium and liquid is the dispersed phase is called aerosol, and you have to remember these examples. At least you have to remember it is fog and mist. Mist, when small water droplets are suspended in air, this form is called mist. Then fourth type of color, when both dispersed phase and dispersion medium are liquids. That means when small amount of another liquid is dispersed in a greater amount of some other liquid, then the type of color form is called emulsion. It is emulsion. Best example which is familiar to you, that is milk. Milk is an emulsion. When two different liquids are dispersed with each other. One small liquid, one with higher concentration. That milk, hair cream which you apply on your hair, That is also an example of emulsion. So in emulsion, the dispersed phase and dispersion medium both are liquids. Then next, when the dispersed phase is liquid but dispersion medium is solid. That means when a small amount of liquid is dispersed in solid, then that type of colloid is called gel. It is called gel. You must have seen gels. Example, cheese. You consume cheese. Butter. You also consume butter. And jam, jellies, which are favorite foods. Okay. So these are examples of colloidal solutions called gels. So how gels are formed? Now, when a little amount of liquid is dispersed in a greater amount of solid, then a gel is formed. Example, cheese, butter, jam, jelly, etc. Okay. So this is called the next type of colloid. It is gel. Then when a little amount of solid is dispersed in a greater amount of gas, again it is called aerosol. Again it is called aerosol. But what is the difference? In earlier case, liquids were dispersed in gas. Here, solid will be dispersed in gas. So when little amount of liquids are dispersed in gas, that is also called aerosol. But you can differentiate clearly. When liquid is dispersed in gas, that forms fog or mist or cloud. But when solids are dispersed in gas, I have already given you an example. Smoke, dust, then the polluted emissions coming out of the vehicle, they are the example of aerosols. Okay. So here the dispersion medium is gas and the dispersed phase is solid. Okay. So remember, aerosol can be of two types. In both the cases, the dispersion medium is gas. So when liquids are dispersed, it is liquid aerosol. That is fog, mist. Better to remember as liquid aerosol. That is fog, mist, cloud, etc. When solid is dispersed in gas, it is solid aerosol. That is smoke and dust. Smoke, dust, and the polluted emissions coming out of the vehicles or vehicular emissions. They are the example of aerosols of solid in nature. Which that means where solid is the dispersed phase and gas is the dispersion medium. Then next, when solid is dispersed in liquid. When little amount of solid is dispersed in liquid, then the type of colloid form is called sol. Example, paints which you apply on your doors, on your walls, they are example of colloidal solutions called sols. Cell fluids, those students who have read biology must be knowing that this cell, there is a fluid inside the cell called cell fluids. So it is also a colloidal solution where a little amount of solid is dispersed in great amount of liquid, and the type of colloidal solution is called sol. Example, paints, cell fluids, gold sol. I have already told you regarding gold sol. It is an lyophobic sol. Next I will be citing the example. Then last one, solid. That means both the dispersed phase and dispersion medium, they are solids. Okay. So what it will be called? Now again it will be called solid. Solid sol. So gas dispersed in solid sol. Solid dispersed in solid sol. So again two types. Okay. So here are the examples. All the gemstones which you see, all the precious gemstones, the colored glasses which are put on the window panes, they are example of colloidal solution or solid sol. That means when a little amount of some other type of solid is dispersed in a greater amount of other solid, then a solid sol is formed. Colored glasses, gemstones, and all sorts of precious stones, they come under this heading. That is solid sol. So you have to remember these eight: foam, solid sol, aerosol. So you can remember as liquid aerosol, solid aerosol, aerosol, emulsion, gel, aerosol, sol, solid sol. You have to remember these eight with examples and the type of dispersion medium and dispersed phase. Then I have already told you that I will be giving you tricks. Look at the sequence here. There is a definite sequence here. Look at the sequence. Gas, no, 3 here. So we have to start from GLS. That means 2 gases, 3 liquids, 3 solids. Gas, liquid, solid. So there is a definite pattern. Remember, there are not 9 types of wood, 8 types. So one of the physical state has to be less in quantity, that is gas. So to start with gas, 3 liquids, 3 solids. So this is the sequence here. Then look at the sequence. There is a beautiful sequence here. Liquid, solid, gas, liquid, solid, no gas. So initially you have to omit a gas, finally you have to omit a gas. Okay, so you can remember the sequence like this, I think so. But if you can devise your own formula, I don't have any problem. But at any cost, you have to remember these things. So look at the sequence: gas, gas, liquid, 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 solid, solid, solid. Then liquid, solid, gas, liquid, solid, gas, liquid, solid. I think by following this trick, omitting one gas at the top, one gas at the bottom, you can remember all the combinations. Then you have to remember the names. For that, you have to devise your own formula, or you can remember the initial letters F, S, A, E, G, A, S, S, like this. Okay, but at any cost, as I told you, you have to remember these 8 types of colors with examples. Okay, so students, so this is the first basis of classification based upon the physical state of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Then there are 3 remaining types. What are they? Based upon the interaction between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium, the salts or colloidal solutions are of 2 types: lyophilic and lyophobic salts. Then based upon the charge, colloidal solutions can be of 2 types: positive salts and negative salts. Then based upon the molecular size, the colloidal solutions can be of 3 types. What are they? Multimolecular colloids, macromolecular colloids, and associated colloids or micelles. So in the next class, we will discuss the remaining 3. So this is for today. See you in the next class.